Right. Forgot to write up the summary this time.
I was doing that with somewhat with Eberron, but then I was like, I'll just remember.
Hijinks ensued.
Well, it helps with the complicated ones, but this one's pretty simple because last time on Curse of Strahd, you had left the town of Barovia with Irina in tow. You're making your way to the Vistani encampment by the Tser Pool. It's a halfway point between there and Valaki, and they recommended you stay there because it'll be a safe place to rest for the night. Your first stop though was to check on a cache of weapons left by Rudolph van Richten. Was surrounded by a horde of zombies, but you were able to dispatch of those and pick up a extra crossbow with some silvered arrows and some potions. But shortly after, you came across a carriage on the road to Tser Pool, and emerging from it was none other than Strahd von Zarovich, returning from the Vistani encampment. He greeted you as Lord of the Land, introduced and greeted you all by name, sometimes profession. And you had a conversation with the Vampire Lord that rules over Barovia. He issued some warnings, some veiled threats, but ultimately granted you passage through his land as long as you don't cause any trouble. Irina, throughout the entire ordeal, was pretty quiet, for she has been bitten twice by Strahd in the past, back in Barovia. But he let her pass without claiming her as claiming her as one of his own. But Irina suggests you all take a short rest before you continue, so you can all take a short rest.
Does it count
Yeah.
as twice if you're bitten with both teeth?
Irina refuses to answer.
I didn't ask in character.
Why can't
Why
they
not?
just fight you 3 times in a row? It's not that hard.
So they can assert control and dominance over you. That's why they don't do it all at once. Thank you.
It's more flies with honey than you do vinegar, or both.
Yeah. I don't think that's in character.
Roll some hit die.
Vogelsuch wouldn't have said that.
Vogelsuch knows nothing of vinegar.
Yeah. Or blood. But you kind of recover from your encounter. It's not too far to the Vistani encampment, though. But you finally have a moment to kind of react to what happened. You wish to do that.
Why do you think he was so interested in us? Irina, I can see, but the rest of us, what do we do?
Aren't we like different? We're not from here. Like there's apparently like no elves. There's like not a whole lot of me. Probably something to do with it.
Sorry. Irina pipes up and goes, he was curious. I do think it was a chance meeting, though. He was heading from the direction of the encampment. I wonder if he paid Madam Eva a visit.
That's the name that we got from our vision, correct?
Yeah, it's the elder from the Vistani encampment.
I think we all know Madam Eva.
Yeah, he mentioned the vision she sent all of you.
Told us to come on by. Specific thing that she said.
Come on by, get your fortunes told.
Well, you know if she's a real fortune teller or just one of those con artists?
Say, well, I've never been outside the town. I mean, I've met my fair share of Vistani. And they do say that some are born with the gift of foresight. I've always wanted to have a always wanted to have my fortune read, though.
What if it's bad?
They have a deck
What
of
if it
cards
says
known
that
as
you
a.
end-
They have a deck of cards known as a Taroka. The Taroka deck.
What if your fortune isn't good? What if it's one that fills you with dread for the rest of your life? Would you really want to know that?
I guess if you knew bad things were coming, you can better prepare for it.
Mm.
But perhaps
That's
Madam
the
Eva
opposite.
wants to guide you on a path more than tell you if your future will be good or bad.
Do you think she can be specific? Does she know the past as well? Do you think she could find who killed me?
Well, it wouldn't be a fortune if it was something that already happened.
I suppose I should look out for a historian. Goes back to sharpening his
Scythe.
scythe, playing with the little thing that Minerva put on there just to see how it kind of like gets it sharper and things like that. They still have the +1 augmentation on it.
Yep.
Infusion.
Won't go away for a while. Minerva, were you able to take a short rest? Steph?
Yes.
Were you able to take a short rest?
Yes.
Are you
You
sure?
want to
Because
skip
your hit dice haven't changed.
There we go.
Yeah, between what it does.
Oh no, it
both
did.
what
Um,
DD Beyond and then the Beyond 20, it doesn't automatically up your health, but you can roll the health.
So you press short rest. You press you pick how many hit dice you want to do. I suggest doing all of them. And then you press the formula, and it'll roll your dice and should automatically change it.
You can do them one at a time if you're hoping to get a bunch of top rolls.
I'm 5. Yay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yep. If it doesn't update automatically, you can do it manually.
Yeah, because I'm down by.
You're down by 11, so it's just using
Yeah.
2.
Yep, gonna do that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. Okay.
While you're kind of it's technically a short rest, but you definitely don't want to loiter too much in the woods. So Irina goes, okay, should continue. I think you minus your health stuff.
Yeah. No, I went to type in something and it just like when sorry, that was
Okay.
Guys, I found this healing salve, and it's just like poison ivy or something.
it's just acid. It's my Tasha's caustic acid. And I drank it instead and grabbed it instead of my healing potion.
Irina does say to you. Irina does
There
say.
is a potion of
yes, Mark. What is it?
poison. Okay, fine, never mind. Go ahead.
No, tell us about the potion.
There's a potion of, I forget if it's a potion of poison or something, but it specifically looks like a potion of healing, but
Yep.
it does damage instead of health.
Yeah, it's impossible
I've
to
never
tell
seen
what
it
it
used in a
is.
game, but yeah, it is an actual item.
It was in a module I ran, but no one picked it up.
Oh, good.
Yep. Irina does say to you, Romaia. She goes, thank you for comforting me during the encounter with him.
No, it's no trouble at all.
He seems to be quite a handful. I'm sorry that you have to deal with him, you and your brother and your family and everyone else. Although I know it's not something that we can really deal with directly right now. Hopefully, in the future, we'll find something to help loosen his grip.
Well, once I get to holy ground, perhaps I'll feel a little safer. But for now, let's continue on to the encampment.
Good idea.
So you travel a little longer. When you hear the cawing of a raven from the mist. And it sounds panicked.
A raven, you said?
Raven, yeah.
We were told at some point that those were rare around here, right? Not the ones that are spies.
Bats are spies.
Okay.
Ravens are something else entirely.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
A raven was the one that it was back in town.
Mm-hmm. Kind of
Yeah,
guided
it led
you.
us somewhere.
Yeah. And you kind of hear this panic and pained cawing sound coming from the mist above you, and from the mist directly in front of your feet falls a blue-tipped raven with silver barbs impaled into its body.
Ooh.
Is it still alive?
I can potentially give a very quick medicine check, because you hear something approaching from the air. So you can give me a medicine
We
check.
hear its footsteps in the sky.
You hear like the flapping of the wings.
Sky step.
Yeah.
Did a medicine check?
17. You think it's still alive, but what comes swooping out from the mist is what you think to be a scarecrow. At least it resembles one. But it has the features of an owl. With large wings with like burlap creating the membranes, and silvery barbs as feathers. This is what you see.
Is it
Oh, that's
owl?
cool.
That is terrifying.
Did not guess that.
It's like
Yes.
a creepy Mardi Gras costume.
It's about the size of a man, and you see kind of smaller, almost like little paper airplane versions of the same thing, swooping in beside it, and they are heading towards the raven, which lays barely conscious at your feet.
Minerva's gonna scoop up the raven?
Okay, you're able to do that right before we roll initiative.
Ooh, got my nat 20 out of the way.
Good, you won't need that at any other point.
You were never going to use it for an attack roll anyway. Oh, hey, I got it too.
Everyone got pretty high.
Especially that Grude character.
See,
Ooh, today is played by Sharptooth Base Wraith.
Hey!
Hey, I just came to Barovia for my tour.
No one else.
You're looking a little short today.
The rest of my band-aid here, though. Wonder
Sharp,
if they did
Sharptooth
this-
would be fun in Barovia, but Minerva, make sure you roll.
Simon wouldn't, leave the town.
You would
Did you not-
immediately seek a globe of invulnerability and just stay in it forever.
Oh my god, I roll a nat 20 and I'm still third to go.
Minerva, did you roll?
Yeah, 17. I'm just clicking on it right now to make sure.
I can see it in mine.
Am I just missing it?
Yeah, it's after.
Before Vogelsuch.
I see Romaia. Yeah, I don't see it on mine either. That's weird.
I see it.
Well, you might be there
Freaking-
twice for some people.
Yeah, roll 20 is just. Oh yeah, that made me go second now. Romaia, what's your dexterity bonus?
3.
Okay, so yeah, Romaia should probably go before me.
Right, so you see this large owl-like construct swoop out from the mist, followed by swarms of lesser constructs. But Vio, you're up first, and they are all flying.
Oh, great. Swarms.
Especially like the right now, they're pretty high up in the air. But Vio, you're first.
We only had a short rest, right?
Yep.
Goody.
Yeah, you got all my spells back.
Shush you.
Throws Vogelsuch at the fucking thing.
If you explode,
Yes.
all the spell slots come out at once.
I'll move up and ready in action to attack if any of them get within melee range. I don't have anything ranged right now that doesn't use up spell slots.
Okay. Romaia. The Raven is safely next to Minerva.
Let's see. Yeah, I also don't have a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, next time, like, you know you're going like adventuring. You can like swap out some of the like social spells for.
Oh,
like...
it's spells. I don't have enough spells.
Okay. Yeah.
Or spell slots rather.
Yeah.
Wow, playing a sorcerer sucks.
Oh, then just give it a couple more levels, you will be happy.
Why do I have a crossbow?
We found one in the cache.
Sick. Thanks.
It shoot things
We
down.
did tradesies. I gave you some of my regular bolts for your.
Oh,
with
that's
the silver
right. I
bolts, yeah.
totally forgot about that. Oh my god, my brain. Okay.
Been 2
Yeah, then
weeks.
fuck it. I'm gonna use a. I don't know. I don't like the way this thing is looking at us. I'm just gonna.
It's doing that thing where its head like jerks and.
But like the body doesn't move. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like yeah, I don't. Or the head staying still, but the body's moving.
Yeah, it's like the unknown.
I know.
Oh, I know.
I
was trying
love what
I was
experience the Curse of Strahd.
I was trying to remember what it reminded me of, and it's the swamp thing, or not swamp thing, but the construct made by the waterbenders in the swamp.
Oh yeah. Alright, so you're using a crossbow.
Yeah, I'll try it. Why not? I don't know if this is like a tangible thing that I can hit. 18. God.
Are you hitting the big one or one of the little ones?
No, the big one. The big one.
Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
No, that's my brother. Don't hurt him.
Too bad. 8.
8. Alright.
I don't know. I'm just trying to like aim for the head. Question mark.
Yeah, it hits it hits the like the owl mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like makes a little crack as it bounces off, but it did hurt it.
Hermione's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an adventurer. I don't know. Her first time using a crossbow.
We were
Try
saying
the
like
shot, Romaia.
She's like, it's not working. She looks down the sights from the other end.
Oh god. Oh no.
It's so far away.
Alright, Vogelsuch. Oh, and Minerva, I will say you still have your cannon out, so you don't have to waste the spell slot. But,
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Vogelsuch, you're up.
It looked like they were chasing these ravens, best we could tell, right?
Yes. The silver barbs in the raven matches what you see on the construct.
I kind of wanna. Yeah, I feel like Vogelsuch should probably try this. So I'm gonna have one in character thing, and then I will play good combat D&D. He's gonna brace to say, "Are we really risking ourselves for a bird? Maybe I can give them another prey." And I will activate my Hat of Vermin. I will summon a bat.
Okay.
And release it, towards them. I'll step forward a little bit. And I will just release a bat. The bat is not a pet or a summon, even though it's a summon because I summoned it, but it just tries to get away with me. I have no control over it.
It flies away.
Does it? I'm trying to basically bait the three things that are attacking us to see if it just wants a creature.
It pays no attention to the bat.
I guess that answers.
I'll let that be a free action. I'll
take it as a normal thing.
Okay, sure.
I'll make up for that by Form of Dread bonus action transforming, so it'll become my Form of Dread.
Okay.
Gain temporary HP. A measly 2.
Could you describe that?
The Form of Dread?
Yeah, have you done the Form of Dread yet?
No,
did
you
it
have not
once
used that
before.
ability yet.
I have. I did use it once. I forget when, but
I think it was
you're
with the
not facing
zombies.
Me, so you know that one scene in Beetlejuice where he kind of does that creepy sort of thing, and a whole bunch of arms come out from him, but you see him from the back, so you don't actually see what the characters are saying. It's like that right now.
Right.
Cool.
Minerva. Yeah. Minerva, your cannon's still in flamethrower mode.
How convenient!
Yeah.
I would like to use it as a flamethrower. And then just really quickly, that really sweet thing with the cone measurements.
They are in the air and high up, apparently.
There you go.
They're about 10, 15 feet in the air, which is enough for us to hit it, yeah.
Because I think they're far enough away. I gotta double check what the width of that cone was.
15 foot, I think.
15.
15? Okay, I can only hit one of them. And then the owl thing is on the ground, right?
Nope, they're all flying.
Okay, so I can hit the owl thing and one of the swarms. So I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna...
15 feet for movement for the thing, too.
Oh, to get it over there?
Yeah.
It's mobile, yeah.
Oops.
You can easily do it, right here.
Yeah.
You'll be hit both of them. Yep.
But yeah, I'd like to get the bottom one and the middle one with the flamethrower, which is awfully convenient. So it's just a dex save of DC 13.
Dex save?
Yep.
Alright, the larger one rolls a 18.
Damn it! Okay.
Smaller ones,
Come on.
which is a swarm,
Yes.
rolls an 18
Hey, watch
too.
out, I'm flammable.
Do they take half damage?
It doesn't say anything about inflicting if it doesn't. Oh no, it is half on
Yeah.
dex save.
Usually attacks like that are half. Yeah.
Anything that's not a cantrip usually is.
Yeah.
So it's a hit, 11 damage,
All right.
which is still pretty
But
good.
half of that.
Yeah, so it'd be 5.
Hold on, I forgot to turn on my light. It's getting dark. Back 1 second.
Can't see my bright computer screen. It's too dark.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll have to move it here. But that was your bonus action. You get normal action now.
And then I feel like I'm not good enough to shoot a swarm with a crossbow, so I'll definitely just shoot the larger thing with the crossbow and follow up Romaia's excellent crack shot.
So we'll say with swarms is you can hit it like a normal creature. The idea is like you're hitting like parts of it, but like you're hitting individuals, and it's getting weaker as you kill more.
Yeah, so it's almost like each one of the bugs or whatever almost represents an HP point or a certain amount. So each one
Kind
you
of,
kill,
yeah.
that
Yep.
wears down the one thing. Yeah.
Yep. So you can attack it just like a normal enemy.
Yeah, I just I do feel like it has higher TC because it's a bunch of things. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go attack this one at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot it with a crossbow.
13 hits.
13. That was sorry?
That hits.
Yay! And I'm gonna hit it for 7. So I did yeah, like I guess 12 damage to it. Because I did that with the flamethrower and the crossbow. Yay! This feels much more successful than the other fights so far.
Yep, you're able to like your arrow goes through like a few of them. So it's looking much weaker now.
Ding ding ding. And then so I am still holding the raven. I'm wondering
Shoot.
if there's nothing I can I'm not a healer person, so I don't have anything that I can really do with it.
Yeah, I would wait till after the
Okay, so I'll just hold it close and then
It's protected, but yeah.
I can only imagine you in basically a heroic pose where you've got it cradled under one arm.
You got your crossbow.
Hand outreached with the crossbow in the other.
And then you have a flamethrower going off in the background.
oh, it's just like way too epic.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Oh, I forgot to do Irina. Make sure she's in here too. Okay, she goes last. Right, so the swarm of constructs is going to go to the closest thing, which is Vio.
When they get close, I use my attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Or my
you're ready.
radiant action. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not Sentinel.
14 hits.
Yay. For a measly 7.
That's pretty good. But they're going to get all up in your hair. Try to get under your hat.
Yeah, that's what the hat's for.
Yeah. And they're going to try to try to peck you.
If only I was more Australian, I could have hung corks from it and gotten a defense bonus.
Rolls a 22
That hits.
for 8 piercing damage.
Owie.
Right, Grude.
Just to check, what are these? I know they're little birds or like.
They resemble
like
owls, like little owls made out of like twigs and burlap.
Yeah. Okay, so they're just like pecking at me then.
Yep, pecking at you.
Okay.
And the bigger one definitely looks more like an owl. The other ones kind of look like little paper airplanes, or not paper airplanes, but little toy airplanes almost.
Yeah.
Right, Grude.
I think. I'm going to. Seems like a good time to put a fairy fire because some people are not hitting it.
Yeah, I can easily get the two in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. Fairy fire.
Right, so deck save.
The dex of 13. And yeah, these two here.
Ooh, the bigger one just succeeds.
Damn it.
And the little ones get a natural 20. They're able to disperse for a moment as the spell goes off. Good try, though.
Things are not going well. Does it seem like a fight where story form is like necessary?
Oh,
it's always hard to tell.
might as well. You have like 2 or...
Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Bam.
Yeah.
Story form.
The archer, I assume. So, yep, your
Yes,
archer
please.
can make an attack.
Yep. So, here we go.
Oh, where are you trying to hit?
Oh, sorry, I'm hitting the big one.
Yep. Alright, 19 hits.
Radiant damage, 10.
Nice.
Eat it!
Yeah, when we're fighting nothing but flying creatures, I'm pretty sure our archery abilities are very good.
Especially potentially undead ones, where radiant damage seems to do a little nice stuff. If they have those nasty healing powers.
Right, so it, this owl construct flies a little bit higher in the air, and, its wings kind of spread out, and these silver barbs appear, and, like, the wings go shoop, 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 as it throws these 3 silver barbs to, it's gonna be to Minerva.
Oh no!
It's going to do at least one. It's going to do one to Minerva, a 22.
22 hits.
4 piercing.
Alright.
You know what? You're holding the raven, so
Yeah, I know. This is. I feel like I'm definitely
a 20,
asking
a
for it.
20 and 22 is. We turn off advantage, even though we're not using
Oh,
it.
she's dead.
It's not that powerful.
No, it's not.
So wait, so far I've taken 4 damage. What were the other ones?
Take a total of 19 piercing.
Okay. I have 5 left.
Minerva's the shell of a human being.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, I didn't think this would happen when I picked up the raven.
You were looking too epic. It made you a target.
Smaller one will go towards Vogelsuch.
Bring it.
Uh, 10 will miss.
Yeah.
Irina will once again charge into battle. Start swiping at these little constructs with a rapier. 13 will hit. She'll do 6 piercing to them. She'll put her hand on Vogelsuch's shoulder and give you the help action for your attack against it next turn. Right, Vio. Top of the round.
Yep. What is the range of that? 15. That's too far. And that. Okay, no. I will just use I will use Booming Blade as well as attack these things still. I think that'll hit.
22 hits.
Another 7. And I'm also going to use. Oh wait, no, that's a bonus action, so I can't use that. Okay, so it
You can
will
use
also
it.
do Booming Blade, where if they move any, then they take more damage.
Okay. This one's looking hurt. There's a lot less of the little owls. Right, Romaia.
Okay, what did I miss?
Well, the big one shot 3 silver barbs into Minerva and almost took her down.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, fuck that hurt. Okay, I'm going to. I'm gonna use Chill Touch.
Okay.
And hope that it does something. Oh yeah, I still need to roll the hit for that. Well, I'm gonna assume 24 hits.
Does hit.
Basically, I just want this, like, elegant-looking skeletal hand to just, like, almost as if it's, like, wrapping around it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, almost... Is it flying, or is it on the...
It's flying. It's about 10 feet in the air.
No. Okay, that's not bad. 4 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Is it undead?
It's quite clearly like a animated construct, like a scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, you never know what could be undead in this game. Okay?
I assume everything here is undead.
Yeah, we have an undead construct in our party.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, just
That's
no,
fine.
just because Chill Touch has, if it's undead, then it has
Yeah, it's
disadvantage on
different.
attacks
Yeah.
rolls. But if it's not, then
Yeah, it's definitely a construct.
just double checking.
Right, it's still looking good.
I think that's all I can do. Yeah, that's all I can do. Yeesh. I'm gonna move up just a little bit.
Right, Vogelsuch.
Okay, you said this one is looking bad.
It's looking well. Yeah, it's looking bad.
Okay, then I'm not going to bother trying to hit all 3 at once, especially since Irina gave you the help action. I'm going to go ahead and just take out the scythe and just flip it around a couple times and just uppercut it into these locusts things. Scythe attack at advantage. 19.
I think that hits.
For about 8 damage.
Yep, you managed to slice the wings off of the ones that remain. Now they're just like bouncing around on the floor, on the ground.
Are they dead? Nope, it is dead.
They're dead.
Well, I can't force it to make a wisdom saving throw then. I'm gonna come over here to this other one just to kind of. Well, yeah. Bloodlust. That'll be my thing. No bonus actions.
Hit Minerva.
Well, I'm hurt. I'm going to step further. Step behind. I don't think it can. Grude, is Grude a large creature?
No.
Is it only halflings that can hide behind things?
Yep, it's only halflings.
Yeah.
Okay then.
That hasn't stopped other people from using him as a shield.
Very true.
Because part of me's like, should I use my healing potion? Because if I get hit again, and I feel like if I actually, I'm gonna hand the bird off to Grude because I think he'll be cool with it.
Just stuffs him in his beard.
You're passing the bird like a football to everyone.
Yeah, it's just a side pass. Here. Like, I don't know why, but it seems to really want to kill it. I can't take any more hits though, so I'm gonna give it to you, Grude. I believe you'll know what to do. I would like to.
Dee's on his shoulder, like cradles the bird. It's like, I'll keep you safe.
Just like takes him into his robe and they both disappear. What is in there? It's like an apartment building. But I would like to give shots. Just really quickly, we all got like healing potion. First,
I believe there was a healing potion in the cache.
In the group
It's up to you to keep track of it. Yeah.
I remember specifically giving Minerva one of the healing potions.
and then really quickly, am I aware that there is a healer on the team? Do we have a healer?
Oh, yeah. You would know the bard and the druid can heal. Yeah.
You can.
Yep.
They can.
But you're really hurt, so you could.
Yeah, I was
use
gonna
that
say this
as
is like, and there's also a turn of something else before either of you go. So I would like to use my potion of healing.
Okay, so I use the homebrew rule. If you use your action to do the potion, then it heals for full.
Okay.
If you use a bonus action, then you roll for it.
Oh. But either way, it gets used up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the full action of the potion of healing. So I'm gonna get that out of my, because I have one in my inventory, so I'm gonna get it out of there. So it's used up.
2d4 plus 4. Plus 2. Yeah, so you get healed for 10.
All right.
And if you still have your cannon, that's
Yes,
that's a bonus
that's
action.
what made that decision so easy.
Yep.
So I am going to move. So my Eldritch Cannon is here. I honestly won't move it. I won't be able to put it in a place where it can hit both. So it's just going to focus on the larger construct.
Okay.
And it's still, I believe, within.
Yeah, well, it's within 15.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So I'm going to do that for it's a DC of 13. Okay, so
Rolls
it's
another
half.
20. Yep. This thing's pretty agile.
Yeah, it's like flying enemies.
Like, despite its like clunky looking nature, it's
And that's what makes gets 6.
6.
Ugh.
So it gets 3.
Yeah. It's like that thing that makes it look like more unnatural because it should be moving a lot like clunkier, but it's so like oddly swift and like
Yeah.
agile. More unnatural.
And Swarm is going to go after Vogelsuch. An 8 will miss. Alright, Grude.
I'm gonna do a guiding bolt on that guy. Here we go.
Guiding Bolt I have to roll a Wisdom.
I think
Is that the cantrip or the level 1?
Yeah, I
it's
forget.
a level. It's a so this. There is no cantrip for guiding.
Okay, so yeah, it's a
Level 1.
hit.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Yeah, an 8 will miss.
So bad.
Yep.
It wasn't very guided.
No. Gosh. Bonus action. I'm just gonna shoot with an arrow. Start. Yeah. That one. What about this one?
Oh.
9 plus 2. Like, I know we said what your story form looks like. I want to retcon it where it's D's has a little crossbow bolt, has a little bow and arrow.
That'd be amazing,
and
actually.
fires on your shoulder, yeah.
I really hope. Okay, that's. Yes.
If he does the healer, then he has a little med pack.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Puts on a little nurse's hat.
Yeah. Okay, we're officially changing that. Go back to episode 2 or whatever when that happens.
It's D's.
And Grude is probably too afraid to it doesn't want to move too much to annoy the bird.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Ah, jeez.
Right, now that Grude has the thing, 3 silver barbs into Grude.
Oof.
Ooh. That 25 is gonna hit.
At least one of them missed.
For
Armor
9
class
piercing.
14, just letting you know.
For 9 piercing, and then
Okay.
the 18
You know.
was even worse for 10. So you take 19.
I have 8.
D&D is just math.
I like that.
Mathematical anti-Telharsic Arfatum Septon. Maths.
Reno will once again go up to next to Vogelsuch and attack the swarm next to him. 12 will hit. For 4 piercing. And again, she'll give the help action to Vogelsuch. And it has to be for a creature within 5 feet of her, so it's the
Okay.
the swarm. She goes, where does these things come from? Never seen anything like them. Vio.
And I just realized, if only I still had level 2 spells, because Shatter would be really fun right now.
They're flying though. Would that still hit them?
It would. And Shatter does double damage to constructs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I promise we'll level up soon. I know it's been a while.
No, it's fine.
Been a while.
I just limited on my options right now, but
It's looking
so-
pretty hurt, so.
Yeah. Well, I'll attack the thing next to me for now.
Okay.
No, I won't.
Not for a 9.
Did Irina specifically give the help action to anybody who attacked that creature, or just to me for attacking that creature?
Well, let me double check if it's.
And yeah, I know we don't do help that often.
Yeah, it's one of her abilities, so.
When you take the help action, the creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability. So you can aid a friendly creature and attack a creature within 5 feet of it. You feint distract the. So the actual help action, you distract the target,
Okay.
and you don't target me. You don't target another character as to help.
Okay, so I'm gonna say gives it to Vio since you were up next. Okay, yeah, so you can roll again.
You get advantage, Vio.
Yay.
That one hits. Too bad we don't have a rogue. That would be super useful on a rogue. 6 piercing.
Yep. And I'm giving Bardic Inspiration to Grude.
Alright.
I need it. Thank you.
You nip the wings off the rest of those.
It's all yours, Grude.
Right. Romaia, the only thing remaining is the larger construct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try another crossbow. That seemed to do better for me than the chill touch did. I don't fucking know. Uh, 19.
That hits.
Oh,
For 9 piercing
9
damage.
damage.
Pretty good.
So the thing with Chill Touch is since it has the extra effects on it, the damage is a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you level up, you can swap it out for like Firebolt if you want, but it might be a lot of undead, so it might be worth keeping around.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I have no intention of getting rid of it.
right. But that's why the damage was a little low, because it has extra effects to it.
Oh yeah,
but,
no, I know.
But 9 damage, there's now, it's like struggling to stay aloft a little more.
I think it might earn an extra cantrip soon anyway.
Maybe a level 5, I'm not sure. Vogelsuch. You can bring out the big guns now if you want.
Well, my big guns was going to be to jump in the air and try to hit everything within 10 feet of me, so no reason for an AoE anymore. So, I am not a ranged person. I want to summon a pitchfork. I'm gonna just go ahead and chill touch at the construct.
Right. Oh, that's right, you don't have Eldritch Blast, right?
I don't have Eldritch Blast because I'm going to be a melee creature. 9. That's probably not going to hit.
Nope.
No.
And we're a real hamstringed party, right?
Yeah, this
You
is
don't-
give a
you
little
don't
weird
have-
dynamic.
You don't have your canonical a Warlock spell, and I don't have the canonical, the stereotypical Bard's cantrip
Yeah.
either.
Right, Minerva.
Well, I feel like I made a great decision by giving that to Grude, although now he's very hurt. And I'm like, oh, that worked too well. I am going to, my aim is remotely affected by being over here.
It's in the
Take
air.
it.
You have a clear shot.
Yeah. I'm going to attack for both the flamethrower and the crossbow shot.
Yep.
And so, crossbow shot first. For fun.
But wait, but the two scarecrows are next to each other. Which one?
Which
do you
one? Which one am I gonna hit? I'm gonna hit the one with the owl-looking mask, not the glowing eyes. For 16, for 10.
10. Yeah, that one misses. And it rolls a 16 for dexterity, so...
Yeah, so it gets half of... Bum bum bum. Let's see.
Its dexterity is too high.
It's just high enough. Yeah, one second.
It's 2d8, right?
Yeah.
There we
Ooh.
go. It's pretty good.
I hit it for 7. With 7, sorry.
Right, Grude.
Darn! Let's do this! Well, it's like pretty mangled up, right?
It's looking hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna do my bonus action first to see if I need to actually do things. He shoots you.
That's a miss.
Oh, why is that 8? Gosh darn it. Oh,
Remember, you've got Bardic Inspiration.
I definitely do.
No, I don't think it'll help with that one.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like 14 if I get it perfect. Maybe?
It's,
What is
it,
it? What's its
possible.
hitting?
I don't think we figured out what the DC, what its AC was.
It was
Save it for the other
lowish.
one.
Maybe I'll just use it because it'll probably go away soon. Anyway,
Go for it.
D6.
My roll 6.
4, so I have 12.
Yep, not enough.
No!
Ah.
I'm just gonna try throwing whipping it.
Game.
I think Bardic Inspiration lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so that got used up.
That's 10 minutes or until you use it.
I don't like that or.
There are some
I think
subclasses where it doesn't go away if you miss.
Yeah, there's some subclasses where it says, a failure doesn't mean it goes away.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
but-
have that.
What about
Okay, I'm
your
gonna
regular attack?
Thorn up. 16.
30 feet. Yeah, you're
25.
with rage. 16 hits.
It's just one! Use me!
Ah.
Gosh darn it.
You all pull it to the ground though?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, yeah.
Since you have to pull it towards you,
Yeah.
it'll
10
get
feet.
pulled here, but it is now not flying.
Get over here.
Get over here.
This is good, actually. Because now it's got things in melee range if
Yeah.
it wants to try to do those barbs again.
So now it's on its unusually long owl feet. You ever see like how big like an owl's like legs, like skeleton, they're like really long.
I'm getting PTSD from Secret of Nim.
I know that crow legs are usually very long.
Right. So it's gonna try to peck at Vogelsuch. 24.
I think that barely hits. No, it definitely hits.
4 piercing.
Aha! Still take away my temp HP. You fool! You think you
And
can
completely
outdo me?
ignoring Irina. You'll take 2 claw attacks at the cannon. Let's do neither of them hit. Cannon has 18 AC. It's pretty good. Arena being face to face with this construct is going to attempt to hit it in the mask. In its mask. The rapier, a 9 is going to miss. She's going to give the help action to. She's going to go. Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Right.
Works so far for me.
Right. She gives a help action to Vogelsuch. Does the target have to be within 5 feet too, or is it just the enemy?
The thing is, it's just that she's distracting the target with the help.
Okay, so
action,
it can be range if she
target.
wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it couldn't be ranged unless she's a rogue, but the specific help action is you can target something
No, I'm
that's
saying
adjacent to you.
She could target like Romaia or Minerva.
No. She doesn't target a person. She targets.
Oh, that's what I
enemy.
mean. She. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
she distracts an enemy.
And then the next attack has help.
It's seemingly like that. Help is a little weird. I feel like it's a little underdone, but yeah. Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feint, distract the target, or in some other way to team up to make your ally's attack more effective.
Yeah, to another creature.
So if your ally attacks the target,
okay, Mark,
turn,
I got it. So yes, I can target Minerva or Romaia with it.
The first attack roll is made with advantage.
Yep. Since Vogel spoke up, he'll get advantage. But Vio, your turn.
All right.
I missed.
Okay. Saying I chose wisely. Romaia.
She got in the way helping.
Let's do another crossbow. Oof,
You're
just
good at
kidding.
that
No, I
crossbow
won't.
thing.
Simple point and
I
click
was like,
interface.
oh, this is totally gonna fish him off. Nope.
I imagine Romaya's just not really good at like reloading the crossbow and like repriming the firing mechanism.
100% not. It's probably the first time
Yeah.
she's ever touched one in her life, and she's just figuring it out as she goes.
I broke a nail. Ugh, I'm gonna have to mend that later.
Which way does it shoot from? Stairs into the top.
She's
Right.
not that stupid.
Vogelsuch.
Go ahead and attack with my big ol' scythe. As I swords to plowshares to swords. Dirty 20.
20 hits.
Give me a good roll. Ah, natural 1 on the damage for 5.
Are you still in Form of Dread?
Yes, so it needs to take a wisdom saving throw.
Pretty sure constructs can't be frightened.
It will say condition immunities frightened.
I'll look at the Scarecrow real quick. So I'm sure. Yeah. You do the Oogie Boogie face, but it's not affected.
Why did I even bother with this?
Right, Minerva.
Minerva is. There's no way to shoot the flamethrower and not kill anyone else.
Not anymore, yeah.
Yeah. Vogelsuch. So that's going to.
I mean, you can still hit him
Move
If you-
the flamethrower.
if you can take the hit.
If I move it, even if I moves right here, it would still.
Move it to here. And
It'll-
aim this way.
You'll hit Irina. Oh wait, no, it won't.
You want to hit Vogelsuch?
Yeah, if you move it here.
Oh yeah, because it needs a certain amount of the token. It's not if it hits the token; it's a certain
Yeah.
amount.
Oh, hold on. I don't know if you can get that. Oh yeah, like this. No. Doop. Sorry. Doop. Wait, can you? Only has,
I can't.
only has 15 feet.
Yeah, so I don't think you can go.
Go through arena 5, 10, 15.
It's
Yeah.
double movement to go through an ally.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15. That's 15 feet.
Oh, you're right.
Or
Yeah,
is
if you
that
just go straight
just
through him. Yep, you're right.
Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna just do the double whammy again. Flamethrower and crossbow with this. So I'm gonna go flamethrower first. It's really quick. So DC 13.
Finally, he rolls 11 dexterity.
Let's go.
It's full.
13.
Ooh.
I maxed it. I got a natural.
That's max damage.
Well, you rolled 10 right there, so
Yeah.
I have to take the first one. Sorry.
What?
Eldritch Cannon, Flamethrower, 10 right above.
Oh, I can't see that.
Yeah.
It's,
No, that's before your dexterity throw.
What?
The Minerva makeshift Eldritch Cannon Flamethrower was first 8 and 2, and then below that Joey did their dexterity throw, and then you did the dexterity saving throw roll. So you did click it twice. Only one.
Oh
of
yeah,
them
that
did
was
damage.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they're both damaged. One was just the damage, the other was the actual attack.
No. I just literally clicked it twice, but
Yeah.
I didn't notice I clicked it the first time because I just switched between windows.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
did
First time, yeah.
she did the attack the first time, then she did the ability the next time. But since
Yeah.
I do the first one, so it takes 10 damage. It's looking very hurt now.
Time
With
for
13
to
and
seal
4 to
this
Joey,
with a bolt.
yeah.
18 hits. What was that, Mark?
7 piercing.
So with 13 have killed it.
13
We'll
would
find out
not
later.
have killed it, but that 7 does. How do you shoot this thing?
Yeah.
I'd like to shoot the arrow into the center of the mask, causing it to like snap, crack in half, and like fall apart through that fissure there. And then I assume the rest of like the burlap gets caught on the arrow and gets pinned to a tree. And it's just like that burlap is like hanging from that bolt in the tree now, with like 2 half pieces of the mask hit the ground.
Sure, and like underneath the mask is just like it's just like briars and brambles, like these really sharp twigs, and the body just kind of falls apart.
So there's like, it was just literally like a golem type thing. There was nothing inside of it.
Nothing inside of it. Alright, combat over.
Yay.
Well, that was sure alarming.
This wasn't even going to attack us. It was attacking that raven.
I got the little guy, don't worry. Just like pull it out.
You take a look at it.
I mean,
It
it's
is-
probably dead, but like,
Rolling absolute garbage.
is there any way to do like a help the bird check?
Do another medicine check.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Rude's actually pretty good at medicine. He's a +5.
So you already determined that's still alive. If you want to try to remove the barb, you can give me a medicine check.
I think I can do it.
I mean, I'm only a little bit good. I'm not. You're like more than twice as good at medicine than I am. So
Is it something like if we don't get it now, it's gonna die?
oh, instead of waiting to take it to the seer lady.
Yeah.
It looks in very bad shape. In fact, it's like invisible pain.
Could we use one of the healer kit charges to essentially stabilize it thematically so it won't get any worse?
You can try to.
Yeah, if I use like a cure wounds on it.
We have healers kits which
Oh
sort
yes.
of don't give it HP, but I would imagine us just stopping a raven from dying, we could use that.
I'd be cool with it.
Does it require a medicine check?
Healer's kit. It's not. That's the benefit.
Okay.
And those things go like 10 charges each.
Yep.
All right. So what do you do to try to help this raven?
Administer first aid from the first aid kit.
Minerva's gonna click her.
I'm asking for a RP moment. Like what do you do to
Okay,
try to
yeah.
help it?
Minerva's gonna use all of her spectacles for working on little tinkering things to like put them on so to help her remove the barbs a little bit easier. And I feel like she's got her tools that she's mixing in with the medical stuff because she's a lot more.
Okay, since you're using the healing kit, you can do this medicine check at advantage.
Well, I'm gonna take that medicine check and hopefully not kill a bird. Oh God.
It lets out a
We had 11. It was like the
caw
highest.
of like pain. And
Ah.
Irina goes, careful, hurting poor thing.
Somebody better at this than me. I mean, I'm good at fine things, but not living things.
Saying that we're not too far from the encampment, but it looks like it doesn't have long left.
Here, give me that bird. Give me that darn bird. And Grude, well, I think so. Not like grabs away, and then, even though he's got big mitts, he's really good at delicate things. So he's gonna take that barb, and very much like feel his way of getting it so the barbs are coming out and like not killing it.
Yeah.
Let's go, medicine! Please don't die. 22.
22. So imagine it like in your big palm, like this little bird, and then you're like very carefully. Maybe like Deez is helping you out a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, it's like guiding, like when you're trying to back up a car type of thing.
Yeah. You're able to remove this silver barb, and after a brief caw of pain, give me a perception check.
17.
17. You barely notice where the wound has been a few seconds after it was removed. And the bird begins breathing more regularly. And it is stabilized, but basically at 1 HP. It's like resting now.
Have you
I like-
helped your little friend?
Wait, is this bird like part of Strahd? Did we just? Is this bird a vampire? Did we just
I
help the
think
bad
it's-
guy?
I don't know, but I think it might be foolish to assume that only humans are attacked by the evil things. Could just be a bird that wandered into the wrong part of the woods.
Oh, maybe the seer lady will be able to help us out with this poor thing.
Yeah, I think it's a general like a pretty good question to always think of. Yeah.
I heard of Vistani in the tavern once when I was little say that they believed that the souls of the dead were carried off by ravens. I don't think ravens are part of Strahd's army, the eyes or the ears.
Well, even if they were, he did say that nothing would attack us, right? Anything that is of his.
Well, I doubt the silver thing is his because he doesn't like silver.
Can I investigate the scarecrow-looking construct, see if there's anything significant with it, or it has an item?
I think it's
Sure.
just twigs now.
Yeah. Irina does go, it's like, did you see how it completely ignored me?
And the bat I released? I think it was aiming for the bird.
Yeah, something about this bird just seemed to really want to kill it and whoever was holding it.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation roll such.
Investigation. +0. 17.
17. It's almost quite literally like a scarecrow in the form of an owl, but the silver barbs do seem to be of some. I mean, they're like pure silver. Um, see how much are on there.
Well, we sure have a lot more silver than we did when we showed up here.
At least
Could be
I
useful.
do.
It has 3 of these silver barbs remaining.
I will extract them and add them to the inventory. The group inventory.
Ooh, I have 2 inside of myself. They fell out when I took the potion. Would I be able to add those to the inventory?
That's true.
I will add 5 to the inventory.
Hopefully it didn't heal around them.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh,
Healing always happens from the inside out. I'm sure they got pushed out.
Saying, the fact that they're silver is a little unusual.
yeah, it definitely feels like it's further from Strahd than anything else we've run into. Seems like somebody who doesn't like Strahd at all, or his type of creatures.
Do you
Yeah,
think
and
that-
the fact that it's made of twigs, is perfectly normal.
Do you think this bird is weak against silver? And that's why they were attacking it with these silver barbs?
I think in that shape, pretty much everything is weak to silver.
We should.
I get it.
Silver affects many more than just mortals, and hurt more than just the normal. I wonder if this bird is among them. A lycanthrope bird? A werebird? Probably not.
Maybe it's the one who killed you.
After you spend a few moments,
If they were a person.
after you spend a few moments talking, the bird actually kind of opens its eyes, kind of hops up on its feet, gives out a very pleasant whistle, like, and kind of flies off into the trees. But you can see that it lands on a branch and continues to watch you.
Oh, glad to see you're doing well, Bird, Raven. All right then, I guess we'll be leaving you. Bye.
Not very social.
It gives a whistle, which kind of sounds like bye.
Rock? Why? Rock?
Oh, that's like kind of cute if everything wasn't so creepy around it.
I had a dime for every time I heard that.
You'd have no dimes, Vogelsuch.
What's a
Why
dime?
not? It's a form of payment here in Barovia.
Ah. Is that like an electum?
I've never heard of those.
Rarely
Just-
used.
Just start treating Electum like Confederate money. It's just not accepted anywhere.
It's a $2 bill.
Yeah, no.
When you continue on, you notice that the bird kind of keeps a little distance away, but it is following you. Occasionally waiting in the treetops, sometimes flying overhead, circling around you.
Well, looks like hopefully we've made a little friend. He hasn't pooped on us yet, so I take that as a sign of good faith.
Well, he hasn't tried to kill us, so that's much better than most things here.
It's a low bar, but a bar nonetheless.
It's a high bar in my world.
Right, so, Blue Tip Raven is following you from a respectable distance, social distance. a social distance raven. But it's not too far until you reach the Istani encampment.
Oh, I know this music.
Yeah, so I asked you for it.
This is the lobby music I use in some other games. Everybody at home. So right now I feel like we're in the lobby.
Yep. So, the road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of coming and going of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly give way to black clouds of boiling far above. There is a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form... Sorry. Next to the river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside the ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake. It's sagging from lit from within. That makes any sense. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of accordions clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. The footpath continues beyond the encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest edge. And as you approach, a elderly man approaches you. And he goes, visitors, we've been expecting you. Madam Eva's been expecting you. Welcome to our lovely camp.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, pleasure's all mine. He goes, the name's Nemir. You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I'm not the elder of this camp. That honor belongs to Madam Eva. She's been expecting you. Said to expect 6 strangers. Quite unusual strangers. It's been a while since we had such a variety of guests to Barovia. But well, come in, warm yourself by the fire before you visit Madam Eva.
I don't like being near fire. I'm allergic to it.
Well, keep a respectable distance, then.
I shall.
I wouldn't dilly-dally too long. For the Madam Eva is expecting you.
Yeah, so I think we can just go straight over to her then.
If you wish, not wish to waste time. No dilly-dallying.
No dilly-dallying at all.
Oh, no.
No, wouldn't want to spend any time by a fire. No, just let's just go say hello to her.
Oh, and you notice like some of the other Vistani around the camp are kind of giving curious glances back at you, saying, "Oh, there'll be proper time for introductions." But you have fate. You must have your fate decided, as it were.
The fire will still be here after we talk to Madam Eva?
It's like, oh yes, it's going all night.
Alright, sounds perfect.
And it is indeed like getting dark. The night is just beginning, as they say.
I kind of feel like it's always night in Barovia.
Alright, everyone, ready to go over to finally see the woman of our dreams?
I wouldn't word it that way.
Lead the way.
And yet it would be accurate.
Like, yeah. Weird.
You knew what I meant.
I appreciate that as a player, but I have no reaction as a character, sadly.
He just doesn't get it.
And over to Madam Eva's tent.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. So, As you enter the tent, it's very warm and smells of incense. Like you're almost immediately kind of like dizzy from the atmosphere in this tent, and you see a withered, crone-like woman on the opposite end of a small table, kind of shifting through a deck of very worn out cards. And she goes, "You're a little late. Thought you would have been here a tiny bit earlier. This time is of the essence."
We had a few things run into us on the way here.
And as you say that, the raven kind of flies in through the tent, lands on the table, gives
Speaking of whom,
little whistles, saying, "Oh, look at little dearie here." She puts out a kind of a withered old hand and gives it little scritches, saying, "Oh, what a good little bird. I didn't think I would see you again so soon."
does this bird work with you?
No, she was just a visitor, you could say. Much like you are right now. You know,
There was
reminds me of a pet bird I once had. Named Turl. Haven't seen it in nearly 10 years, though.
some turtle, all right? They
I
just
assume,
left.
I assume so.
Madam Eva.
But before you start, she whispers to the birds, like, "You take good care of them now." And gives a little caw. Flies by outside the tent again.
Watch out for constructs. Madam
Yeah.
Eva.
It's like, "Yes, Vogelsuch. The scarecrow with no memory.
Yes.
And vengeance in your heart."
Have but two questions for you at this moment.
Hmm.
The first, how did you visage yourself to the five of us?
Saying, "I take notice of all visages that enter Barovia that have a certain air of fate around them." She gestures to Grude. It's like, "One that reads the stars, for instance."
Yeah, but like there's none here.
Stars shine brightly, though. Search far enough, and you'll be able to read from them. We're not too dissimilar. I read from the cards. You read from the stars.
Yeah, they're like similar, yeah.
She'll turn to Romaia and goes, "And Romaia, I'm sorry that business wasn't booming in the village of Barovia. Perhaps you'll have better luck here tonight. If they're willing."
Perhaps.
"Oh, don't be so modest. I'm sure business will be plenty good tonight."
Tonight and in the future, I'm sure.
Right. Well, isn't too keen on the old ladies going in on that talk.
It's like, "Oh, I'm not interested myself. Those days are long behind me."
So hey,
Where are
he's a
they?
nice group.
Zayna, Theo, does that make you uncomfortable, speaking of such things?
No, just when it's not somebody twice my age. Said by the elf.
Finally, Minerva.
Yes.
I bet your contraptions have been catching the eye of the locals, being so unique and out of sorts.
Yes, I seem to have not really run into anyone else who makes contraptions here. Sure is making it a little bit of a dilly to find parts and somebody to talk to about these things.
She shuffles her cards a little more and goes, Rovia's a little lost in time, as it were. Not much progress, not much changes.
Well, when you're literally cut off from the rest of existence, I feel like that probably makes things a bit harder.
I am thankful that the Vistani are free to leave as we wish, so I occasionally get to glimpse the skies of other worlds, which I am very grateful. Now then, I believe you're here for a card reading. Let's
Yes, I
not
suppose
waste
we
any
are.
time. Any more time. Madam Eva's voice is a low hiss as she speaks, her silhouette dancing in the flickering candlelight. But a shadow is approaching my tent, a lone servant of darkness. They seek knowledge of your future. Secrets that I am sworn never to reveal to any but their keepers. Do not look, child. Do not rush to greet them. If they learn of the import of what we have discussed, all may be lost. Do not reveal even to those you know. Do not reveal even that of people you know of their true nature, for their master will know that I have told you, and his wrath will descend upon us all. I will read the cards as swiftly as I dare before they arrive, and you will listen closely, for I shall never repeat them again. Are you ready?
Yes.
Point of order, Joey. Is Craig working?
Who's ready?
Craig is here.
Cool. So I can read this later. Sorry.
For your sake, I will write down what they say.
Yeah.
I thought disconnected.
No, I was just being jokey.
No time for jokes.
As long as who you say is trying to listen in can't listen in, I guess we're ready.
Her old hands working deftly, the ancient seer removes 14 cards from the top of her deck, setting them aside. The remaining cards she shuffles nimbly twice, 3 times, 4 times. Madam Eva sets both decks upon the surface of the velvet table, closing her eyes. She places her right hand over the surface of the larger deck. The crimson flames dim and swirl in eldritch patterns as her lips move silently. A distant tension sprang through the air. The sounds of the rustling trees and rippling pool beyond the tent's walls begin to dim, the external world growing mute and insubstantial as the space within grows more solid, more real. Slowly, reverently, the crone draws 3 cards from the top of the deck, laying them face down, separated on the table, with the second laid between above its partners. She then moves to the smaller deck, removing 2 more cards. The first she places below the first 3, forming a cross. The second she places in the center. The lights of the candles sway like silhouettes, leaning in towards the cards like ancient watchers, yet the air in the tent is perfectly still. No light intrudes through the seams in the tent walls. No voice rings out in the silence. Shadows and mist swirl at the boundaries of the tent, where the darkness of deepest night dwells. But here, in its center, light yet reigns. The crone then moves her wrinkled hand to the leftmost card, the first. She closes her eyes and tilts her head, as if listening to an unspoken word. The arcane light swirls and then shifts, the colors changing to a deep, piercing blue. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She flips the card. The cerulean light dances across its surface, revealing an illustration of a smirking guardsman looking up at a haughty priest. The priest pointing fingers mere inches from the guardsman's nose. As the guardsman raises a wickedly curved dagger behind its back. The 9 of Glyphs, the traitor. Her dark pupils shift from side to side, as though reading from an unseen text. I see the ancient foe of an old and noble house. The wandering soul will lead you to him. She moves her hand to the second card, this one at the top of the cross. As she closes her eyes and listens once more, the candlelight flares, its color bursting into a fierce, cheery yellow. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. She flips the card. This time, the light reveals a new illustration. An armored warrior clutching a cracked iron sword and leather-bound wooden shield, his face obscured by a heavy iron helmet. The 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. Her eyes stare deep into the shadows that lurk in the corner of the tent. She moves her hand to the third card, the right arm of the cross. Her eyes closing like a trance. Her lips pursed in quiet contemplation. The candlelight vanishes for a heartbeat and then returns in a nova of fierce burning white, so pure and strong and clean that it hurts to look at, burns to see. Madam Eva's eyes snap open, burning with a fierce determination. This card is of power, its strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. She flips the card. The light reveals a third illustration, a solemn-faced man clad in holy vestments, one hand clutching the chain of a bronze censer that billows with burning smoke. The 8 of Glyphs, the bishop. The crone's voice is strong with purpose, even though I just whispered it. She moves to the fourth card at the bottom of the cross and listens once more, tracing small circles across the back as she hums a contemplative tune. Note. The magic flame leaps and dances upon its wicks, now casting swirling violent embers into the air, as the wall of the tent gleam with the shimmer of twilight. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. She flips the card. This time, the illustration revealed is a quiet graveyard choked with fog, its entrance sealed with a sharp iron fence. The mist. Madam Eva leans forward. Finally, she moves her hand to the fifth card and nearly recoils, her brow furrowing until the wrinkles split her forehead like a trench. Behind her, shadows encircle the candlelight until the light is very nearly shadowed by the creeping dark. When she next speaks, Madam Eva's rasping voice is scarce above a whisper. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. When the hour of judgment arrives, this card will lead you to him. Her hand trembles above the card for a silent moment, and then deft ancient fingers reveal the opposite side. In the darkness, the fifth and final illustration is only barely visible through the smoke and unnatural murk. Upon the card's surface dwells a depiction of a crowned, grinning emperor, clad in royal finery, and reaching for a goblet of wine. Though his limbs are wooden puppet limbs, latched onto cord strings that disappear into the darkness overhead. Madam Eva slowly exhales. The marionette. As the last syllable passes her lips, the old woman freezes, and then rocks back in her chair, her eyes rolling until their white gleam like pearls in the darkness. And then she snaps back, the candlelight burning down to its ordinary crimson glow. The sound of the outside world returns, the voice of the Vistani, the crackling of the bonfire, the whispers of the wind, and the lapping of the waves against the shore of the pool. Light, gray, and insubstantial filters once more through the canvas walls of the tent, and you feel yourself breathe for the first time since the reading began. Beyond the tent's walls, you think you can hear the sounds of footsteps approaching. Madam Eva says nothing. She only regards you silently with dark, heavy eyes.
Well, what does any of that mean?
Saying, I have laid forward to you the path you must take if you wish to destroy Strahd once and for all. You're not meant to understand them. Know only that the path is now set. Now I've revealed fate to you all.
Are these the things that shall be true or only may be true?
Saying
Is fate absolute?
the threads of fate are now intertwined, that of Barovia, of Strahd, and yourselves.
It probably means no.
Who knows?
I will say this does seem a lot more abstract than what I'm used to, but it's more like a puzzle now. I think we'll be able to figure it out and piece it together.
You can tell, like, by the candles changing color and the darkness rolling around. This wasn't a mere normal, like, fortune teller. Like, she was tapping into something.
You know, real.
Yeah, something real.
You mean this stuff doesn't happen when Jess does readings?
Not with her
That'd be cool.
Fallout cards.
Ah, the ghoul.
Nobody's bought a reading, so how would you know?
Aww.
Oh.
I'm sure it's the same, just with more radiation.
She pulled out another deck of cards. Like, yes, I just got the Fallout Tarot deck. It's the ghoul. It means love's in the air.
5 of Vault-Tec. Oh no.
Ooh, that's a bad sign.
Don't suppose we can get any clarification on each of these.
I was trying to write down the descriptions, but the first description she did after flipping, and then the rest were before, and then I was like, wait, which is
They're
which?
pretty clear on what each one of them. Looking at the cards,
Yeah.
it's the same description.
Yeah.
What they mean, though,
Well, there's like a traitor, right? So we already had one of those. That happened. But this is
You
the
all
future, so there's
cannot
going to be another
miss.
traitor? So that's weird.
These cards
Oh.
reveal certain allies you will meet along your journeys, where the final battle against Strahd may take place. Against your greatest foe,
and our greatest ally is fallen.
where you may find powerful weapons you can use against him. You're welcome.
Oh, right.
Take you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I have but one other question to ask.
Yes.
Are you the one who killed me?
Yes. I'm just
Insight
kidding.
check.
Just kidding.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Damn it, natural 20.
Yeah.
So he does this with everyone. Not to say you're not special, but I just wanted to let you know he wasn't being rude.
The path to vengeance is never a fulfilling one, my hay-filled friend.
I don't wish to be fulfilled, I just wish to be completed.
Don't we all? She gathers up the cards. The hour grows late. I set you on your path. Please enjoy the hospitality of my family outside. It's been a while since they had visitors. And please tell who's ever trying to listen in on this conversation that this is a private meeting.
You feel that's happening right now?
And you hear a couple of footsteps, make like a hurried retreat.
Oh, I thought somebody was scrying on us.
All right, well, thank you, and I suppose we'll take our leave and go off to meet your family.
Yes. Good day. Vogelsuch will just step outside.
Minerva's gonna step outside.
Alright.
Vio, before he leaves, is just to make sure nobody else sees them, is actually going to flip the cards back over and put them in the pile for her, because.
So you have to do the same?
Well, no, so that way nobody can just walk in and see what they are.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's like, be sure to shuffle. Cover your tracks.
Goes, what? No tip? Can I sell you some incense and some magic stones?
Oh, I'm already full up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty impoverished.
If I were a dick, I'd take out one of my hat of vermin and just release a bat.
Release a bunch of rats.
I'm not gonna do that.
Here's a pet for you.
Is Irina still around? She hasn't run off or been kidnapped.
She was
or
with
not?
you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah, you put her in that. I don't know how enlightening that was, but perhaps time will tell us everything we need to know.
A bit too vague to deal with right now, though.
Well, fate can't be so straightforward, I imagine. It has to have a bit of mystery, but yes, all that was a bit confusing and vague. I don't really see how that will help if you ever choose to fight Strahd. She seems to imply that you're destined to do so.
Not that we intend to, said in a slightly higher voice.
Yes, you are.
No one asked you. It was more of a people are maybe listening kind of look.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah, you see these two kind of trying to act natural. So I'll say a 5 to 10.
The most suspicious way
That kind of
possible.
whistle.
But almost immediately, this Vistani woman puts out her hand and goes, "Oh, welcome to our little home. My name's Eliza. This is Turi. He's a visitor." He gives a little bow. You actually recognize this woman. She was in the tavern in Barovia, one of the Vistani that were there.
She made her way.
She kind of left almost immediately after you kind of made your appearance.
I think I remember you. How did you make your way back here safely from Barovia, the town?
Saying, well, I can handle myself. But welcome to Tser Pool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to be around some more people after spending some time in the woods just by ourselves. Most dreadful things out there. Zombies, weird owl constructs. You never
Same.
saw any of those yourself, did you?
He goes, oh no, it was a peaceful walk for me. Ituri goes, I always have to stay on my toes. But I am thankful to have a camp for tonight. It's been too long.
And you are?
Eliza introduced him, but he's a Turi. Nemir also comes up after this saying, "Oh, it looks like you had quite the adventure when you, before you arrived, but now, please come by the fire now that your business with Madam Eva is taken care of."
Oh, yes, please. I could use a sit.
You sit around the
We'll
fire.
stand
There's
a
a
little
number of
further
other Vistani kind of like chatting, drinking. There's one with a lute, kind of playing a little tune.
Via will join in.
Like the music gets a little more jaunty as they start to clap and stamp their feet, and
Romaia will be like dancing around.
yeah, it almost immediately turns into a party, and like this is night and day difference than what you've seen in Barovia. These people are lively, they're energetic, they're obviously full of joy, sparks of life. And
Minerva is dancing with her cannon.
in Arena, just for the first time, you see just a happy smile on her feet as she's talking with these people. All her worries just kind of melted away for a little bit. A few of the Vistani do eye you, Romaia. Perhaps they got word of your profession.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
As if she didn't walk in there
Yeah.
barely clothed, leaving nothing to the imagination.
One of them goes like, "It's like, Madam Eva was right." It's like, never seen one with horns before. It's exciting. And wings and tails.
She'll wink at him.
Turns out all she does is hand massages.
But they're really good.
They're really
Yeah.
You're a legitimate masseuse.
It's like Madam M.
Yeah, I mean, what else would she be?
And I mean, we've literally never run into another one in any other campaign, so they're very rare. The hand masseuses.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone's having a good time, Sanamar will be like, "I bet you have lots of questions about this land." It's like, and us Vistani know more than most. Saying, feel free to ask away, and I'll do my best to provide you with answers. Unless you just want to drink, that's fine too.
I can't think of a question right now.
Is this camp safe from the horrors of the wilderness? Do you take a good watch?
Oh yes, quite safe.
How long have you all been here?
Vistani don't...
In Barovia?
It's like, we've come and gone ever since it became its own domain. There was so many hundreds of years ago. Before then, we were mere visitors. Don't tend to stay in one place that long, but this encampment, due to Madam Eva's influence, remains mostly permanent.
Do you know how to leave Barovia? My compatriots wish to do that.
Well, I bet you do. Well, you simply walk
No,
out.
Not my compatriots.
And then those listening just kind of laughs along with them. It's like, yeah, you just take a stroll through the mist.
that is a matter of jovialness. I do not find it amusing. My compatriots do not like it here.
Eliza speaks up and goes, Vistani and Lord Strahd have a understanding, an ancient pact. We're allowed to leave the Mist whenever we please. Come and go.
And what does he get in return?
He goes, he's already received that part of the deal. Long
What was
ago.
What was it that satisfied his... Well, satisfied his part of the bargain for generations? What was it?
Sanamar will go, I shall tell you a story. And he kind of goes,
puts his scythe in the ground and just props up, puts his hands on his chin, just listening.
I was expecting you to say he gets comfortable by putting scythe in the ground and then climbing onto it and T-posing.
kind of grows. The music kind of dies down. The people stop their merrymaking for a moment. Sanamar fills his mouth with wine, then spits into the fire. Hold on, I'm just make sure I get this certain part.
Tell you a story. Once upon a time,
Okay, yeah.
a night just like this.
The flames turn from orange to green as they dance and sway. A dark shape appears in the bonfire's core, and he casts minor illusion to kind of create figures within the fire as he tells a story that relate what he's saying. He goes, We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. Nemir continues. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince. Yet we didn't give up on him, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see a dark figure standing up with sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him to safety to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish. Leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes his final foe, then disappears in a cloud of smoke and embers. Nemir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our... Sorry, hold on.
It looks away, starts reading through.
He goes up. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes his final foe, then disappears in a cloud of smoke and embers. And he goes, as you may have surmised, this prince was Lord Strahd in life. Our ancestors protected him, and thus he granted us favor. So we can come and go as we please.
So, does this mean the only way to leave Barovia is to save Strahd's life?
He goes, those that have favor with the Vistani, or that they have been known to travel the mist. And by saying that, Aturi goes, I had a friend known as Van Richten, who my family owed a life debt to. He is one of those people.
Mhm.
I heard he was in Barovia recently. Do you know of his whereabouts? Is he safe?
We know where he was. We do not know his current location, no.
Oh, I would have liked to see him again. I can't stay in one place for long.
Now, you can come and go as you please. So, that begs the question, why would you come back here?
He goes, Madam Eva has a strong fondness of Barovia. And some call it their home. It is not an evil place to us. It is simply another land in the mist.
Well, I guess it is difficult looking for a new place. Okay, sure.
He goes, it is a tradition, if you share a fire, that we play a game of stories. And Eliza goes, oh, I do love this game. It's quite simple. You tell a tale that would either cause you to laugh or cause you to weep. It can be true or it can be false or it can be a little in between. But everyone else must guess if it's a true story, false story, or half true. You must wager something personal, just a trinket. And the winner gets the pot. She says, do any of you wish to play?
I fortunately have little memory of mine, so I could be sure to lose, as you would all just say fake. But I shall listen. That's all right.
I'm not gonna have you all like come up with a narrative, but if you want to tell, like, summarize a story that relates to you, that can be true or false. You can join in on the game.
Vogelsuch will stay out of the game for narrative reasons.
Okay.
Minerva will join the game.
If you want to take a little break, you can all think about it for a little bit, or we can go through the NPCs first.
One time I was a dwarf and I grew to large size and I punched a T-Rex in the face. And I was a robot.
Well, that's false because he was a gnome.
You're the only one who would have caught that, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Now
happened.
Joey just did that a previous game of ours.
Well, let's do a couple of the NPCs since there's a lot of them.
Okay.
But who else wishes to play?
Sure, I will.
Minerva said yes. Dio. How about Grude and Romaia?
I'm trying to think of like a funny
Yeah, me too.
story.
He can either
that-
make you laugh or make them weep. So it has to
Let
be
me tell you about
it
this
has to
one
be
client.
it has to be entertaining.
Let me tell you about this one client I had, called himself Squeezebox.
Oh. Eliza will go first. Nemir goes, unfortunately, I just told my story. I only have one story I tell. Eliza sits down with a fire. He goes, well, here's my story. goes, "It is said that within each raven flutters a lost soul, and that each raven's song tells a tale of ages past. They whisper, so listen closely." She takes a deep breath. Oh shoot, I flicked out of the thing. She takes a deep breath, and when she speaks again, her voice is quiet, with an eerie, melodic quality to it. "Sing, ravens of Barovia, burst from the mist and bathed in twilight. Sing of Lagdana, the morning lord's stalwart, dawn-touched foe to the deep lurking dark, the holy symbol of ravenkind, her radiant testament, the warrior's beacon of faithful resolved. Sing, ravens of Chervenvog's rise, named Green God and Demon Lord, upon Yester Hill. Lagdana, gray-haired, weary of battle, her long sword and shield yet polished and ready. Guided through shadows towards sacred ground, she clashed with the demon, their tempest-like dance. Sing, ravens of Lagana's last fury, of ravenkind's token now blazing with light. The battle's tide is turning on heroes' brave cry, a final onslaught with divinity's grace. The demon lord banished, the warriors now fell. The wound at her side gorged too deep to bear. Sing, ravens, of light's final moments, a shadow descending from radiance on high. Sing of the angel, black-feathered and beaked, the morning lord's angel reclaimed its gift. The symbol retaken, the raven's claws held. Sing, ravens, for you are the keepers, the watchers, the tellers of stories untold. Sing, ravens of Lugana's memory, the shadows that lurk, and heroes to come. The Vistani clap at her recital of this poem, this tale, and she goes, "So was it true or not?" First, I kind of skipped a part. They all have to gather up a small item to put in the pot.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
No, you said that.
Yeah, but they didn't actually do it. Eliza wages a brass spyglass with a small maneuverable mirror, allowing the user to peer around corners. Irina wages a painted wooden hair clip in the shape of a sunflower she once wore as a child. Stanimar wagers a worn deck of Taroko cards that once belonged to his late wife. And Aturi will wager a short manuscript on werewolves authored by Rudolf van Richten.
That one guy with the dead wife cards definitely feels like he's not gonna lose.
But she goes, "Was my story true or not?"
Well, this is the second time I've heard about ravens having the souls of others, so I'm gonna say yes.
Minerva.
Minerva also put up her... I want to put up my thieves' tools because I think I can just make more.
Yeah, you can too.
Yeah, so I'll just throw my thieves' tools in as my...
Yeah. Doesn't have to be valuable, it just has to be a keepsake.
I have no keepsakes. It's the closest thing. I'm not giving away my tinderbox.
Stammer votes for true. Aturi votes for false. Anyone else voting?
It contained a lot of details, so I'm going to say false because there's bound to be at least something in there that's wrong.
So half true?
Sure.
Half true. What are you putting up in the game?
I have a vial of perfume.
Okay.
You need that to smell nice.
Anyone else wish to wager? If you do wager, you have to tell a story also.
Vogelsuch is out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Romaia will shake her head.
Okay.
Grude's out too.
Oh, that's a shame. I bet you have lots of stories.
Oh, they are quite personal, though, and not terribly appropriate for present company, I don't think.
I'm 2 weeks old.
Cue to Romaia darning people's socks.
Like, really, it would be like, oh, you want to hear something sad? I had somebody come in once who just wanted me to play with their hair because their wife died. Like, no, I'm good on that one.
Oh, that old story, yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
exactly.
There's a thing in the Discworld book where somebody goes to a seamstress parlor, where that's a nickname for something else, but it's basically an old man in which his wife died, and he has holes in his socks.
Aww.
But Eliza will say to Vio, he goes, correct, that was only a half-true story. Because no one, for,
There's
Sorry,
always some kind of
Lagdana was indeed a paladin of the Morning Lord who bore the legendary holy symbol of Ravenkind. And according to the legend, the symbol was given to her by an angel in the guise of a raven. But she notes with a chuckle that no one knows what happened to the symbol after she fell at Yester Hill, nor where it resides today.
many legends are full of exaggerations, but at the same time, there are always gleams of truth.
One time, right, one point from Vio, Aturi will tell his story. Goes, once there was a fox, renowned for his wisdom and skill, who dwelled with his kit in the misted woods. On a cold, moonlit night, a pair of sparrows brought him their child, the tendrils of death clutching its silver body. The fox took the chick to his den, but for all his knowledge, he could not cure his ailment, and it breathed his last breath in his paws. Driven mad by the grief, the vengeful sparrows, aided by 4 of their kin, stole the fox's kit in the night. They delivered him to the wolf, who had long hungered for the taste of fox flesh. The wolf devoured the kit, and the sparrows departed to return to their flock. When the fox found what the sparrows had done, rage clutched his own heart. In his cunning, he knew that the rats, in their burrows beneath the earth, had always despised the songs of the sparrows far above. The fox descended into the kingdom of the rats, and he promised them a forest free of the song of the sparrows. Intrigued, the rats agreed. The rats could not find the sparrow's nest above, but the crafty fox could, and as the sparrows slumbered in the hollow of the great oak, the rats fell upon them to feast with tooth and claw. For their crimes of 6, the flock perished, and nary an egg was spared. The mist wood is darkened now, and the trees no longer sing with the songs of the sparrows, but some say that the rats hunt still, that the lone chick yet escaped their clutches, and that one day they will find it and gobble it up like the rest. He kind of ends his story, and everyone's like, oh, that wasn't happy at all.
So you're going for that sad one.
Stamina votes true. Eliza votes false. So do Minerva and Vio. How do you vote?
Minerva's gonna vote true.
Same.
Goes, was indeed true. And it's a tale that still has much to tell.
I haven't seen a sparrow since I got here, so that's what told me.
Eliza goes, I think he's talking about himself.
Oh.
He has a metaphor or something. I don't know. He's kind of weird. He goes, well, let's one of our guests tell the next story. He goes, young elf, tell us a tale. Make us weep or make us cry. But don't bore us.
That would be rather piggish of me.
Not a single laugh.
Yeah.
But
Very well. I will tell the story of a fellow bard of mine. He was part of an adventuring group, seeking fame and wealth. They decided, once learning of the location, they decided to make their way to the lair of a dragon. There it lay atop a mound of fortune that one could never possibly hope to spend. The warrior in their group just wanted to rush the creature and thought that he could slay it with a single strike. Everyone else thought he was an idiot. The wizard hoped to maybe put it to sleep, or charm it and ensnare it in a charm of some way. Instead, the bard strode forward, with just oozing charisma and self-assurance as he approached the dragon, who just stared at him, and played him the most beautiful ballad anyone had ever heard. The music was so beautiful that it managed to ensnare the heart of the dragon. And with a nat 20, the bard managed to essentially seduce the dragon into loving him, and allowed his allies a share of their wealth. The downside is they later found out that the dragon that was so smitten with him was also a male.
Vistani erupted in laughter.
oh.
They're like, it's funny because they're both men.
The question is, which one's on top?
Yeah. Yeah, one like says like, which one was on top? And like they all start laughing. It's like that's a honeymoon to remember, and they just like more laughing, and they take a swig of wine.
Cue the grinning dragon meme.
Yeah. Eliza goes, well, much like my story, it seems that there's probably a bit of truth to that, but only half-truths. Authority goes like, I think it's just a story, none of that actually happened. Irina goes, well, I believe every word. What about you, Minerva?
I don't think a dragon and a human can fall in love. That's why I'm going to say it's false.
That's Minerva's secret character arc for the thing.
Meanwhile, there's Romaia, like...
It raises dragons. I kind of doubt that it's truthful as well. It was told to me by a very strange man named Volo. But I would say it's probably a half-truth.
He goes, but you don't know if it's true or not.
That is the dichotomy of a story.
They start arguing about like the minute details of the rules. It's like, well, if he doesn't know if it's half-truth, then it might as well be false. And
Very well then.
Minerva agrees with that statement.
Because
Well,
it works
Grude's
for
gonna be
her.
like, well, it's gotta be based off something, right? So that's gotta be the real part. Just to like keep going.
Yeah. It's like, oh, fine, a half a point for half truth and wrong. I just realized I have a habit of like clicking on my tabs on my toolbar, and each time I do, it causes the recording to disappear from the
Whoops.
thing. Yeah, it's just like a fidget thing. He goes, "Well, how about you, Minerva? You have a story to tell."
I do. It's quite funny actually, and she's already starting to chuckle. And she's like, this one time I
You'll
was
have like anticipation of a hilarious story.
Yeah, and so she starts listing off like more like information. So I wanted to make this new contraption, but I was missing my one screwdriver, which was just a little bit smaller than the other ones, and I was just spending so much time trying to find it. And so I went to go make a new one, and it's like I don't actually have a story, but the feeling is like it's just really dry information, but she's laughing at herself the whole time, and then she gets to the end where she goes to try and say the ending that is the punchline, but she's laughing so hard at what the punchline is that nobody
it was
can
in my
hear what
belt
she
the
says.
entire time.
Yeah, and it's just
The
like there's this
aristocrat.
big laughter, and so nobody can really understand what she's saying, and then it's something with it's like, and it was in my tool belt the whole time.
This one Vistani near the back kind of goes, "Ha." Huh.
She's like still like wiping tears from her eyes and stuff. And
Madam
catching her
Eva
breath.
appears from the tent, just goes out and goes, "Boo."
Vogelsuch giggles.
She like is so caught up in herself that she can't even tell that no one is enjoying this.
Everyone's just like Dees and Grude are just like looking at each other and like, what is happening?
Eliza would go, it's like, well, that was so on the nose that it has to be true. And Aturi goes like, well, I don't see how anyone could not realize it was on their tool belt the entire time, so I'm gonna say false.
It was true. Could you believe that really happened just like that?
Via,
Yes, every word.
via,
Don't ever change, Minerva. Please, don't ever change.
Yeah, I think everybody voted true.
Yeah, Vio probably voted true too.
Yeah.
He said that, then thought about it, and like, actually no.
Oh, was it not true?
It's totally true. It's just because he
Okay.
originally said that it was untrue, but then he's like, then he thought about it.
it's
He's like, no, it's
yeah,
probably,
it's
really
probably true. Yeah. Irina will go last, and at this point, the blue tip raven kind of perches on your shoulder, Grude, next to D's, and kind of listens along. And
Ew, buddy.
you wouldn't have known that it was like mortally wounded not just a couple of hours ago.
It's kind of suspicious, but okay.
He took a while.
She took a bird rest, which is much quicker than the humans rest.
The bird has catnap.
But Irina will say, here's my tale. When I was a child, my father took me and my brother to a vast tranquil lake. I remember the sand beneath my bare feet and the lapping of wave against the shore. But then something broke the silence, a low growl that echoed through the wind. As I turned, I saw a beast emerge from the fog, a wolf far larger than any I've ever seen. I still remember its eyes, yellow, cold, and hungry. My father screamed for me to run. I took off for the woods, and the wolf followed me, its snarls echoing in the underbrush. I remember branches whipping against my face, thorns cutting at my feet and my legs burned, and my breath grew ragged, but my fear drove me forward. It was only much later, when my heart had quieted in my chest and the wolf's footsteps had faded into the silence, that I finally allowed myself to stop. By then, though, the woods were strange to me, and my father's shouts had faded. A heavy mist had descended around me, and shadowed shapes lurked in every corner. I stepped forward, one hand reaching out fearfully into the fog, and a wolf made of mist leaped forth, its jaws opened wide to devour me, and then everything was black. The next thing I remembered, I awoke in my own bed, my father's humming echoing from the kitchen. Don't know how I got there or what became of the wolf, but I can still remember the teeth as clearly as ever. She kind of pauses and everyone gives a polite claps. Stanimar votes true. Eliza and Aturi vote for false.
Romaia kind of like leans in towards like Grude and Vogelsuch, and she's like, "Oh, what a like killjoy over here." Like, not those exact words, but like, "Oh yeah."
You're free to
I want
liven up.
more.
You're free to liven up the party afterwards.
But
Story of your own.
Vio and Minerva.
True.
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 True. What were you saying, Vogelsuch?
I was just telling Romaia that if you wish to liven up the party with a story of your own next, you could.
She shakes her head.
But Irina also shakes her head and goes, "It's false. It's but a dream that I've had since I was a child. Never really happened."
Vogelsuch would like to himself do an insight check on that, if I may.
Sure.
18.
18.
You don't have to say it publicly if I gain information. You can just
Yeah.
give it to me privately if you wish.
Oh, but still, as it is still a dream, you still experienced it. Would that not make it true?
She seems pretty genuine, saying it's just a dream she had. She says, "It seemed real, but
No, he's
dreams
fighting
often
it.
do."
He's essentially arguing that it was true that she experienced it as a dream.
Sandomir goes like, "It is true that dreams often contain kernels of truth. So which is it? Is it truth? Or just a story?" And like the other two start arguing about like which one should be correct. Again, he goes, "Oh, okay, half point again." But it seems that our elf friend Vio is the winner of tonight's game. And everyone gives a cheer and gives a clap. And he goes, "Take our trinkets as a reward to remember us by."
I'm a little upset that you beat me, Vio, but you are a bard, so I can see how you were able to win. But
Irina?
next time, I'll tell it that story again. But this time, I'll hide the ending even more.
Aturi will hand you his pages of Van Richten's book about vampires, and he goes, "Please, this might prove useful to you."
Well, thank you.
Journey. Won't reach through this unless you want to, but it's here if you want to.
Yeah,
Let
he'll
it go.
skim it for the moment
Yeah.
because it's like he's not going to just read a novel in front of everybody while we're still in a social event, but he'll give it to Minerva, who probably doesn't think that way.
Oh, good. Finally, something to do.
A few things that stand out with you. One sure way to identify any afflicted individual is the presence of a perpetually raw, bloody wound, the scar of the initial curse transmission. This wound never truly heals until the curse is lifted. Beyond this mark, however, these creatures bear a extraordinary resilience. Conventional methods of harm prove ineffective in permanently subduing a werewolf. Only through a bite of silver or the chill of death's power can a werewolf be truly put to rest.
what I'm wondering. Eliza, would I be able to talk to you quickly?
Well, of course, if you wish. But Aturi will excuse himself and goes, it's nearly midnight, and my curse doesn't allow me to stay in one place for long, lest undead, destroy us all, so... He goes, I thank you all for your hospitality. And with that baffling statement, he leaves the camp.
After
Romaia
getting the werewolf?
Yeah, she's very like, I'm sorry. What?
He goes, yes, he was, arrived this afternoon. He said he was cursed when he was younger, and that undead hunt him every night. Now, was that a true story or not?
It was enough for him to leave us all for our own safety, so that's quite nice of him, but that's too bad.
If there's any truth in the story that he told, which he says was, perhaps he is truthful. But, Minerva, you wanted to speak to Eliza.
Yeah.
Were
There was something...
Were you wondering where to bunk tonight? Because there's plenty of room.
Oh, that's fine. I'm sure we'd figure out something. But I was just curious. There was a construct throwing silver barbs at us. Because it was using silver as a weapon, I feel like it wasn't from the undead. Have you seen something like that before?
Makes you think I have any knowledge of this type of creature.
You've walked around this area longer than we have. I wondered if you've seen one before.
She kind of makes like a look like she's thinking really hard. He goes, I think I would have remembered a creature such as that.
Do you think anyone else here would know anything about it?
Well, you're free to ask, of course.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go do
What
that.
would I know of such silly contraptions?
Again,
Why
it
she
was...
sounded awfully suspicious.
Well, I hope this doesn't come back later. Anyways, I'm gonna go ask other people if they've seen something like that, and also bringing up that it was attacking specifically a raven.
Give me an investigation check.
Alright, let's see if Minerva can investigate evil.
Pulls up a picture of, like, have you seen this robot?
You got an 18.
18. Yeah, like, some of the Vistani says, yes, I guess they call it the Strix. Constructs of Baba La Saga, designed to hunt ravens.
Oh, I've heard about these before. Everyone keeps thinking Vogelsuch is one of them.
You rang.
One goes like, oh no, he's far too put together to be one of La Saga's creations.
I noticed it was quite held together by almost ethereal magic more than anything else. But why would it be using silver? One, that's expensive. And two, that means it's fighting the undead. But it seemed like it was quite violent itself. So Baba La Saga's also fighting against the undead, it seems.
We keep saying undead, like, there were no undead.
No, I'm saying, because I know that silver hurts, like, vampires, and, like, I think it implied it on werewolves. I'm more interested in why was it using silver?
So, silver was just for werewolves, or like that type of thing. It was a wooden stake that hurts vampires.
Okay, so, because, yeah, it's just weird that it was using silver to fight ravens. Well, that's something to keep in the back of the mind.
Give me a history or arcana.
I think I'm terrible at both. History. Oh, I actually have +5 at Arcana.
Yep.
Because I do science magic.
Yep.
23.
You know where ravens are a thing.
Oh, right. Alright. Well, that clears up some things, maybe. Close enough. Now that I just had to sit here and think about it.
One last treat for you all. And Staminar gives you each 500 experience. Which
Is
I
that a
will,
lot?
yeah, it's kind of a lot. Which I will add to the thing. To my
I
list.
think we have an experienced
We
tracker.
only need another 5 million to hit the next level.
Yeah, I have a tracker. But unless you have anything else to ask the fellow Vistani, late within the night, eventually they all do retire. You get the benefits of a
Vogelsuch will
long...
at some point, before we end, or before we go off the battle, turn to Romaia. Perhaps that silver that we got from that flying owl thing, maybe it could be used to make the tip of your crossbow bolts silver.
That would be quite useful. Though I'd hate to take it away from anybody else who could use it.
I mean,
You think if you would find a experienced enough blacksmith,
yeah.
they would be able to like silver weapons
If you don't,
silver weapons with what you
if you
collected.
don't, if you don't use the silver tip bolts, you could always melt them back down again and give them back. Might be useful for protecting yourselves. No?
Oh, that's a very good idea, Vogelsuch. Thank you.
Quite welcome. Have a good night. Vogelsuch just jumps up on his scythe, staring.
Strange.
That's all I have.
Yep. But everyone gets the benefits of a long rest.
Whee!
Yay, mostly not dead now.
Romaia, you're probably propositioned by a Vistani or two. What do you charge for your services?
Ooh. I'm gonna assume they don't have gold.
They have gold, yeah.
Can they roll a check where if they get high enough that Romaia pays them?
No. No ideas.
It's
Either
yeah, the coins look different than what you're used to, and you notice
Yeah.
that like literally they have Strahd on them.
Oh Jesus.
But
It still counts as like
still counts as gold.
Yeah. Alright. Let's say she could either do there's deals. So it could either be one for like I don't know how rich they are. Like, do they just have a gold, or do they have like a couple gold? You know what I mean?
You
'Cause,
notice
5
they
gold is a lot of money.
liked to show off all their fancy things around camp.
Okay, so it'll either be 1 gold per individual, or a package deal, 2 for 1 special, for 3 gold.
The Vistani man, they kind of noticed you
Plus-
earlier, and Eliza
plus-
will go in as a package deal.
Woohoo! Plus 1 extra gold for every willing participant.
Alright, so you get 2 gold pieces.
Woo! Hell yeah. Sweet.
One of the tents is just like rocking back and forth. But
We're
as
playing
the
Parcheesi, don't come in!
Vistani man, after he's had his fun, just kind of leaves, but Eliza goes, well, that was quite the experience.
Was it your first time?
Please.
With a woman, I mean.
Please. Saying, quite an interesting combination.
Oh.
Devil tasted some dragon. Saying, how on earth did you... What cocktail created such a thing as you.
No, there's nothing more to it. I'm a tiefling with
That much is
draconic blood.
obvious. Saying,
Someone somewhere down the line decided it would be a great idea. Can't say they're wrong.
saying, did your great-grandmother take a devil and a dragon at the same time? That would have been something.
I honestly wouldn't put it past her. She was quite the woman. But you know, you're not the first to say that since my arrival here. I have a feeling you won't be the last.
She says, you and your friends stand out quite a bit, but you especially.
Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. So I hope that it was.
She goes, tell me, where are you heading after this?
Oh, I don't know. Whichever village lays beyond. Truth to tell, there's one thing I'm more interested in than anything else here. Seeing as I was taken away from literally heading to a job, she winks. I've got my eyes on a bigger prize.
She goes, oh, very interested. Don't you tell me?
Perhaps not. You did only pay 2 gold after all.
She goes,
I
don't
can't
you
spell
trust me
this.
after what we've been through?
Oh, honey, if I trusted everyone I slept with, I wouldn't be standing here.
Well, you
Don't take it.
stay
personally.
safe on the road, won't you?
Oh, I imagine that I will. And don't worry, should our paths ever cross again, I'll be sure to look out for you. Does the camp move at all?
Well, this one stays in one place most of the time. But you'll know where to find me.
Of course.
She will stand up, the blanket wrapped around her, in like the tasteful PG-13 post coital position or drape.
Massage.
Yeah,
Yeah, from the massage, after the massage, yeah.
and she'll exit the tent.
Romaia will dress and will also kind of exit the tent and kind of just do like a check around the perimeter, I guess, because she is very interested and intrigued by what was his name? He's not on my map
Scarecrow.
anymore. I can't see his name.
Oh,
No, not that scarecrow.
Aturi.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point he's been gone for a couple hours, but
Yeah, so she's just kind of like, keeping her peepers peeled.
yeah,
Although keep in mind that Vogelsuch is just propped up outside nearby.
That is
and
true.
Whenever you're doing outside, you can just see him glaring. Whether he's in-
everything seems quiet around the camp, but you can give me a perception check, see if he's still lurking around.
Sure, that's the wrong thing. 17.
17. Since the festivities has kind of like died down, it's very quiet. All you hear is like the chirping of insects, and with 17, like you just think you hear like a distant moan of kind
Pleasure?
of no, like the distant moan of opposite of pleasure.
Oh.
Resembling like the ghouls that you saw at the death house, like just in the distance, like they're on the march, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
That's not cool.
but then you hear a moan of pleasure.
Well, that's more like it.
Yeah.
Wait, without me?
Yeah, right?
I just starts running straight to the noises.
I'll be back, guys. She'll head over to see Vogelsuch.
At this point, it's like it's like 3 or 4 a.m., so it's pretty late. Most people sleep, but Vogelsuch is on his perch.
How's it hanging?
Really respond.
Boo!
Slightly to the left, I see.
Then you hear a slight.
The side that's tilted.
She straightens it
Here.
out.
You hear a slight. Or
You can sleep?
no, I just do that sometimes.
Oh.
It makes people feel more comfortable when I perch.
Ah, because you're, yes, scarecrow. Hmm.
I see no crows around. I must be doing something good.
Of course you are. What do you make of all of this?
Very concerning. Somebody like Strahd to let these people come and go, for one.
Do you think they work for him, in a way?
I think that the deal that he made is not something being bound by his honor, but by something else. Perhaps. I don't know for sure.
What
Why?
did you
What
make
do you
of the
make of this?
Oh, something about it just seems off.
Is there nothing here that seems on the ball?
Well, no. But even the strangest places have the lighter sides, I suppose.
As we see a wide shot of a scantily clad tiefling talking to a perched scarecrow. Perhaps it's merely in the eye of the beholder. What's weird for one is normal for another.
You're preaching to the choir, Vogelsuch.
I can tell.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, I think that's just what people say. Sometimes I just react.
You sure you don't remember anything from before you were... She, like, drags her thumb across her neck.
Bits and pieces. Fragments. Enough to feel familiar if I saw something that was involved.
Well, go on then. Tell me one thing.
What? Or just one thing in general?
Just one thing that you remember from before. It'll be our little secret.
Thanks. I remember constantly watching the sunrise. Maybe it was a sunset. Either way, the sun at the horizon. And enjoying it. Doing it more than once, making a habit of it. Found it perhaps calming, normal. Although I may be extrapolating from that, the bits and pieces I remember. Oh, I do have one thing. Reaches into his, chest.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out a little pendant. Do have this. It's a little broken pendant of a silver dragon. Hold it out.
Oh! Would I recognize it, Joey?
It's your mom. I'm your father.
Oh god! Oh no!
It's quite recognizably a silver dragon, but you can give me a either history or religion.
I mean, both are terrible, but I mean, if it's pretty recognizable, I have a feeling I know, even with a 15. I thought that was
15.
a 7 at first.
Again, it's definitely a silver dragon, and it looks kind of purposeful, but you can't recall any any organizations back where you're from that have this kind of iconography.
He's just holding it out to you.
Yeah, she's just like looking at it. Pretty. Keep it close.
Pose. I always do. And he stuffs it right back into his chest and like goes like elbow deep into his chest to make sure it's secure.
Jesus.
Gotta get it deep in there.
Christopher Walken comes in and tells the story of where he kept that.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to watch a sunrise soon.
That would be nice. Although I fear that I will not be leaving here to go see a sunrise. Once I have completed my vengeance, I suppose. I don't expect to continue on.
Maybe we'll find a way.
Okay,
Watching the
if we
sunrise
can.
was always my favorite thing after a night.
And watching a sunset was always my favorite thing after a day. But not so different, you and I.
Not quite what I meant, Vogelsuch, but
I too have seen a sunrise.
she'll give a pat on his leg, because I'm assuming this is about as far as she can reach up.
It just jiggles with straw.
Yeah, well, yeah. She's...
Oh yeah, you're on your pole this entire time. Just looking at that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be heading off. Do keep an eye out on the camp, would you?
I always try to. Not a crow in sight to bother you.
But there is that raven still watching you from the...
It's not a crow. I'm not a scare raven, okay?
Good night,
Goose.
Vogelsuch.
Good night to you.
She'll
He goes
wander
back.
off.
He just stares.
She just like looks at him like
This watch you as you enter a tent.
she'll just like wander into some random tent.
He goes,
Hey, yo.
who's you're just like, hello.
Oh, rude.
You need something?
It's like a woman screams, like the old timey screams, and you're like, "Oh, hello, was I bothering you?
It's
Can I join?" Or, something like that.
It's a Santa Mir's tent. He goes, hello, young lady.
Oh no, just kidding. Goodbye. I'm gonna go find Bio or Grude.
Oh. Alright, and with that, I think that's a good stopping point.
Vogelsuch lore?
Yeah.
And
lore
my Curse of
episode.
Strahd campaign episode?
Yes, I don't. I also only know very little about my character other than he's a scarecrow. So I'm learning it too.
Making up the lore.
Is this episode gonna start with a viewer discretion advised?
I already give one in the description actually. Just because
Your
there's like
discretion and courage.
it's little mature themes going on.
Content warning.
Yeah.
Prostitution.
I did say coitus.
Sex word.
What?
Oh, you're gonna get demonetized.
What?
Oh, no.
Wait, is that what you do?
I thought
No.
I thought she worked in a cloister. Like
No,
a priest.
I'm a massage therapist.
You're a misogynist? Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god.
Registered.
Right.
You're a misogynist.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
Lord.
Right. So, the long rest. Just a reminder. A lot of you can change your spells.
Yeah.
Minerva, you can make a new. If you want to keep your flamethrower, you can make it a shield or a cannon, whatever. So, all right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
You didn't
Joey.
even bring us back to the lobby. I didn't know we're not done until we go back to the
Yeah, I
lobby,
was
Joey.
just about to.
But also, we don't have to. I don't have to choose about the shield thing again until like at the time.
When you do it the first time, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I have like a little squirrel image beside me, and then you just have an eldritch cannon beside you.
on your shoulder.
Yeah, I imagine like it is like kind of coiled around me, but it's like Minerva doesn't. It's not impeded because it's calibrated to her.
Mhm.
So it's almost like a wearable fashion thing, but she doesn't care about fashion.